Hello everyone, welcome to Rock Your Campus Review, the judges round. My name is Andrew, also known as Gunnarolla. It's a very big day. I say that every week, but it's actually a very big day. Hundreds of musicians on campuses at colleges and universities across Canada have entered Rock Your Campus. Thousands of you have voted, and today we are gathered here to celebrate our top 5 and decide who will take the title of Canada's Best Campus Musical Act. That's a long title.
It really is.
Long title. They're competing to win $10,000 cash, a performance at their school, and a whole slew of mentoring, management, and collaboration opportunities. Today I'm joined by our celebrity expert judging panel. Joining us from Los Angeles, Toronto's own Henry Walter, better known as the award-winning producer and songwriter Circuit. He's worked with Britney Spears, Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, and my favorite, Miley Cyrus. How you doing?
How's it going?
Good.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Could you tell us what you're working on these days?
Whole bunch of stuff, you know, just trying to make great music, just in the studio every day. I mean, you know, doing stuff with Pitbull, Nicki Minaj, Becky G, Neo, kind of whole bunch of things.
Pop royalty. Pop royalty right there. And in studio, from the Juno award-winning group, the Arkells, we've got frontman Max Kerman, who, like many of the musicians in this competition, met his bandmates in university, college.
That's right. Our first gig was a battle of the bands on campus at McMaster University.
Very cool. What do you think a competition like Rock Your Campus could do for young musicians?
Well, hopefully it empowers them to keep going. You know, I think being validated once in a while, you know, will help you know, the momentum carry on.
Very cool. And from CBC Radio 2, the voice of Weekend Morning and the host of CBC Television's Backstage Pass, Talia Schlanger.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Excited?
Yeah.
Nervous? All the feelings. What was your first impression of the artists in this competition?
I was just amazed at, well, I guess amazed but not surprised at the quality of musicianship that we found across the country. You know,
I was very surprised.
Were you?
Yeah, much better than the music we made in university.
There you go.
Yeah, things are looking up.
Very cool. Circuit, do you have any first impressions of the artists you've listened to?
I think some really great stuff. You know, it's exciting. I mean, I love, you know, supporting Canadian talent and hearing what's coming out of my home country. You know, so yeah, it's good. Some really cool stuff.
From McGill University, synth-pop multi-instrumentalist producer Cash Chalice with A Million Pieces.
I've got a million things that I know I'll never say, but I just can't keep them from my mind. And when I'm all alone, I can't help but think of you and think about the life we left behind.
Talia, we'll start with you. What did you think of A Million Pieces?
The production value is really great on that song. It's really clean, and I'm impressed that a producer who's at school and a student, presumably doing this in a dorm room where there's craft dinner strewn everywhere, is able to pull this kind of production value together. I think that's amazing. Musically, it's not necessarily as diverse or as well-rounded as I tend to listen to or go for, but I think the production value is amazing, and good on him. Like, what great potential as a producer to be able to do that while you're in school.
Very cool. Max, any opinions on the songwriting?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I always admire, because we're, you know, rock and roll band. We have to like lug amplifiers to every gig, and it's like kind of a pain in the ass. And so when I see DJs who can, like, you know, create amazing songs like on an airplane on their computer or something like that,
yeah,
and come up with really intricate stuff, I'm always really impressed. Yeah, it definitely seems to like fit in the world of modern pop radio, and it is clean and accessible. Yeah, no, I thought, yeah, it's very cool. And I know when I was in school, people weren't making that kind of music. You had like an acoustic guitar, and that was about it.
Circuit, could you hear this song on the radio?
I think it's cool. I think, you know, I think if I were to like break it down, I definitely like the melody of it. I like, you know, I'm not sure what the girl's name is who's singing, but I like her voice. I felt like maybe just from a sonic production standpoint, that's kind of what I'm always listening to. I felt like maybe if I had to be critical, I'd say I felt like the drum sounds and like just the programming felt like a little stiff to me. It was like kind of felt like that could have been a little bit better, to be honest, but it's not bad. You know, I feel like I like the melody. It's a cool song. I just think production-wise, it could have been a bit, maybe a bit more, I don't know, just a bit more interesting or something. But it was cool.
Yeah, we're missing a bit of feel, I think.
Okay, so room for improvement there. Another contender from McGill, electro-funk group Busty and the Bass with their song, Trying to Find Myself.
And I can't stand it. Won't stand it.
featured their video in our last episode of Rock Your Campus Review. It's very cool. They got the whole school involved. We'll start with Max. First impressions?
Yeah, this one really popped. I can't believe they're only in university,
Yeah.
and I really I hate complimenting kids that go to McGill because they're smug already. Because they live in Montreal and they're usually pretty smart. So, but it's pretty amazing. And when I'm listening to the radio these days, when you hear songs from on pop radio like Chromeo or things that are produced by Pharrell or Fits in the Tantrums, there's a really great soul renaissance, I think, happening in popular music. And yeah, the musicianship is killer. The guy's got a great voice. He says bullshit, which I appreciate. When you can throw in like a cuss word once in a while, that's cool.
Might have to change that for radio.
Well, you can like bleep it out or something. But yeah, no, I was very, very impressed with that song, and I love soul music, and really cool to see a young band doing that.
Very cool. Circuit, do you have any opinions on the songwriting there?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I love, also the edge that the lyrics have to it. That's cool. I love the horns. I mean, the arrangements are really cool. The sound is like spot on. I like that track a lot. It's cool.
Talia, could you hear it on the radio?
I sure could. I was saying it today. We, play Mayor Hawthorne on the radio. That whole soul renaissance thing that you were talking about. I think I could see people rocking out to this in their cars and in their kitchens and all of that. And I mean, this is what we have to listen to this with now, a laptop, but it doesn't really do justice to how epic the sound is. The musicianship is incredible. It's so intricate, and like on a really great pair of headphones or a great pair of speakers, it kills. One thing I will say about this band, these kids have to learn that if you want to make any money in music, you got to have like 2 members in your band, not 9. That's a lot of people to split your profits.
No, broken social scene, learn the hard way.
Yeah, they're
right?
fine, but good on them. Like they're just so great, so ambitious, and I'm a fan.
Very cool. From my hometown, representing the University of Western Ontario, the alt pop group Ivory Hours with Mary.
And you felt so
Key change at the end?
Yeah,
cool.
Clever.
So we'll start with Circuit. Your opinions on the Mary?
I like it. It's cool. I love the guy's voice is really cool. I like how the chorus goes halftime. It kind of like switches up, like it's very dynamic, and that key change at the end was cool. I like the sound of the guitars in it, and it sonically sounds really cool, I think. And yeah, I'm a fan of that. It's cool.
Cool. Talia?
I love this one. It's so unique. It's really, really unique, and it's got that great blend of being really beautiful to listen to, but also edgy at the same time, which I love. And what you can't hear when we're listening to it here that really struck me on my headphones earlier is the bass player on that halftime chorus is wailing. Yeah. Like he's so intricate, and it's right in the pocket. It's really, really beautiful, and I like that it doesn't overpower the mix, but if you listen close, there's some really great musicianship at play.
Yeah. They produced a really, really cool video as well.
Yeah.
So just check that out. Max, could you hear it on the radio?
Yeah, it's cool. It kind of reminds me like somewhere like a mixture between like Foster the People, if it was a little faster, if the tempo could be bumped up a couple, it would be great. And like that guitar in the chorus reminds me of George Harrison. So there's a lot of like Arkel's musical sensibilities. It actually kind of reminds me of what we were trying to do when I was in universities. And I think, yeah, totally, I think this song could like live in like alternative rock radio world. There's lots of bands, like whether it's Capital Cities or Group of Love or Foster the People, and I think that's what it's going for. I think there's a ton of potential there.
From the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology and the University of Alberta, the Canards with their song Headlights.
It's alright, I swear, but you better not try to stick around when the days grow long. And if it's money on your mind, then you better be aware in the morning it'll be long gone.
Max, your thoughts of Headlights?
It's cool, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Again, it's like rock music, and it's not the kind of rock music that gets a lot of critical acclaim. Like the New York Times probably won't do a review of it, but it's got a huge audience. When we've toured it in Germany, say, like that kind of rock music, and many parts of Canada, Alberta, like America. That's music that still has a pretty massive audience. Yeah, great singer. Cool melody, has like influences between 311, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Sublime, all very popular, accessible bands. And yeah, and the band seems like really tight, and you know, they definitely seems like they have their shit together. All right.
Might have to bleep that.
They got their act together.
I like this one. I definitely agree. I hear the, you know, kind of Red Hot Chili Peppers influence in there a little bit. You know, also it'd be interesting to see, like, with the success that Magic has had with their song
Magic,
Rude.
There you go.
See,
Canadians.
yeah, I'd see a little bit of similarity there.
Yeah,
Not like in a copy kind of way, but just that type of vibe. Like, it seems like people would like that, and I think it's cool. The melody's really great. It's a strong hook. I could hear it on the radio for sure.
People love the upstroke, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
It's good.
Yeah, it's cool.
So Talia, can we hear it on the radio alongside?
I think it has a place on alt rock radio, and I could see this killing on campus radio too, especially that Sublime, Magic, 311 kind of feel really does well on campuses, and I could see these guys absolutely killing it at a campus bar. You know, I bet that people love their shows when they go see them. That's cool.
Okay. And from Concordia University, we'll hear from Austin McCarthy with his song, If You Look.
I keep thinking, oh, I keep thinking of you and me.
Start with Circuit. Any opinions on If You Look?
It's cool. I think this one in particular, it didn't like. I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm just saying it didn't like grab me emotionally. I wasn't like, wow, I need to hear this again. Like you know, I like some of the lyrics in it. I think it is well written. I just, I don't know. Maybe it's just not my taste. Maybe that could be it. But I wasn't really latching onto this one. But it's cool. You know.
Okay, that's fair. Talia?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Circuit on this one. It's nice, easy listening, and the tone that he gets on his guitar here is beautiful. Like, that's a really great, crunchy guitar sound. Nice guitar chops, but it didn't really grab me or stick with me, just like Circuit said.
Max, could you hear it on the radio?
Yeah, actually, possibly. It's maybe not on the radio. I mean, that kind of acoustic music, it kind of actually reminds me of music that was really popular when I was in university, but that still remains popular, whether it's John Mayer or Jack Johnson, Jason Mraz, and it's definitely dialing it. And I'm sort of conditioned to not like those guys as much because we know this guy Austin is going to have so many chicks at the show.
I was just going to say that. He's like killing
so,
ladies on campus.
you know,
yeah.
he's going to do fine no matter what. And the song is nice, and he does have a really, really great voice. And yeah, I do think that he's on to something there. But I don't want to support it.
Fair. Fair.
But I'm just joking. Maybe I'll vote for you. I don't know.
So it's time to determine a winner. Their votes got them this far, but now we need to tap into the judges'
Austin
expertise.
is going to be so disappointed in me.
You know what? Austin made it to the top 5 across
did. That's
the
a pretty
country.
big deal.
So,
Pretty big
and he's doing great.
That's true. Yeah. And he, you know, Austin also saved the most money recording because he doesn't have to employ a band, you know? That was probably done on his laptop.
And if he wins.
Yeah. If he wins, he's making all that money.
And
he's making
now
City
he's
and Color money
he's
soon,
got girls
I bet.
and money.
Yeah, I know. Have you guys ever been to a City and Color show? Amazing. Air Canada Center, sold out. One guitar. Maybe a lighting guy. I don't know.
That's easier than 9 horn players.
I know.
Yeah, just a little
riding
bit.
around in a van, I guess.
But
yeah.
this is my own personal,
Right.
you know,
Well,
issues that I'm dealing with.
That doesn't necessarily need to factor into your decision for a winner. But just to recap, we have Cash Chalice, the
Maybe I'm
Canards.
just jealous that he's got it figured out, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah.
And he lives in Montreal too. Very cool.
So we had Cash Chalice, the Canards, Ivory Hours, Austin McCarthy, and Busty and the Bass. Talia,
Yes.
thoughts?
Sure. Well, it's tough, and I'm very honored to get to listen to all this great new music, and I can't believe how much talent there is out there. Since we have to choose a couple, I'm
Just one, not a couple.
Okay.
One
Just
ultimately, but if you want to
That's
choose
too much
two.
pressure for me
Okay,
right now.
give us your top like 2 or 3.
2.
And then we can kind of whittle it down.
Ready?
You can give your argument.
Ivory Hours and Busty and the Bass.
And the Bass Boys.
Okay.
The Bass. Such a fun name to say
Yeah,
too.
Busty and the Bass.
Busty and the Bass. Busty and the
B and the
Bass.
B.
Busty and the Bass.
Yeah.
Feels
Max,
good.
who would your picks be?
I would probably say, there's a lot of good choices out there. I sort of admire, what's the producer from Montreal?
Cash Chalice?
Yeah, I kind of admire that because that's the one that's sort of most outside the box for me, and probably Circuit would relate to the most in terms of just kind of creating beats on a computer. I think that's really cool, and also like recruiting guest vocalists. And
He's a computer programmer too. He designed a game.
really.
Oh, wow.
Multi-talented.
Oh wow.
Sheesh.
So I think I'm sort of leaning towards. I mean, Ivory. What Ivory?
Ivory Hours?
Ivory Hours, very cool, and it reminds me of like probably the most of Arkells. So I have a soft spot for that. But I think Busty and the Bass Boys. That's not their name, but whatever. I think that's that one kind of stands out the most. And I think what's cool about it is that when you're really sort of proficient, when you're a live band, you're really proficient in instruments. It's easier to simplify it. When you're a simple musician, it's hard to kind of get more intricate. But I think this song that we listened to by them already is super danceable and has a million great hooks. And it would take like Circuit, if you got your hands on it, and cut out the fat, and it would be on the radio in a second.
Yeah.
So I think that was the one that excites me the most.
Cool. Circuit, your picks?
I think I'm gonna have to go with. I mean, first of all, the Canards Headlight song. I still kind of had that stuck in my head for some reason.
Me too, actually.
That's
Earworm?
That's like
with your headlights
I think that
on.
one's pretty
could be a
catchy.
Quentin
So I'd have
Tarantino
to say
movie,
that
too.
one and the Busty and the Bass one. I just, I love the soulfulness of that song and the horns, and I'm a sucker for that. So those are my top two, I guess.
Okay. So we had Ivory Hours in common here and Busty and the Bass across the board. Can we declare Busty and the Bass our winners? We okay with that decision?
Circuit, are we good? Talia, are we good?
I love them. I was so excited about them. What do you guys think?
I know, but here's the thing. I still hung up on the smug McGill kid thing.
I'm hung up. Okay, yeah. I'm a bit hung up on Ivory Hours too, because I'm not ready to let them go.
Yeah.
Where are they from? They're from
London.
Western?
But they're entitled Western kids too. So
Hey now.
I'm insulting everybody here tonight.
When I went to Queens, and
You went
there
to
was
Queens,
a, there was a
and
shirt.
also entitled.
No. I didn't graduate
Those are the
from
big
there, so I'm
three:
not entitled. That's fine.
Western, Queens, and
McGill.
McGill.
But we used to have a
Throw in
T-shirt.
Dalhousie,
We used
too,
to have a
why not?
T-shirt that said "Western, isn't that an omelet?" And people would wear that and walk around campus and be all smug and rude.
Yeah, no.
This
We're
is
done.
good. This is about
We're
musicianship.
done.
So,
We're
yeah,
not
just
talking
This is
like
not about
rich Toronto kids,
educational
just
rivalry.
everywhere, scattered across the country. At those
Really
schools.
got your back up about the snobbery.
I don't know why I'm so sensitive.
Okay,
Really
well,
mad about
we're
it.
judging the music. We're not necessarily judging the university.
Not at
I'll
all.
judge what I please. All right. But no, really, I hate to say it, but Busty and the Bass Boys, they're my pick.
Circuit, we good with that?
I'd have to agree too. Yeah, that's definitely that caught my attention the most. I love that song. It's great.
Yeah, me too. They took on a mammoth challenge, and it sounds so tight and so neat and spot on.
I don't even know how they
So good on
recorded
them.
it. That's like a lot of musicians as a young person to figure out. Yeah.
It is, and
good.
it's so clean.
Yeah.
I want to see them live. Like, I want to go dance my face off for a few hours and watch them play.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have a winner then. Congratulations from McGill University, Busty and the Bass. You got a ton of votes and the admiration of our expert panel of judges. You win $10,000 cash, a performance at your school that you'll headline, and a whole slew of mentoring, management, collaboration opportunities. Thank you so much to CBC Music and TD. Congratulations on rocking your campus.
Woo!
Yeah!
Hey, I'm Nanaba Duncan, host of CBC Radio 2's Top 20. If you liked that video, which I know you did, you gotta leave some comments below. Also, you can subscribe and share with your friends. You like to share. Sharing is good. Share.